All right, it's story time, I reckon, about a little story for some fans out there. Now, my mum had to remarry, so I'm a person that's gone through divorce roughly when I was 5, at that age, and had parents fighting over me and all that kind of stuff, and things went right back in the day. You know the divorce thing, how they say you shouldn't have kids go through divorce? Well, I've been through one. Half of my family have anyway, because then when she remarried, she's had another half a lot of kids. But anyway, back then, my mum went through a divorce and she ended up getting another person. All right, my stepdad in the end, she married, and he had a farm with sheep on it, just out Kiwa Valley here, Mount Beauty area up there. Nice big property, three kind of hill combined with a nice flat spot in the middle that went down to a nice freshwater river, that ran through, right? That goes all through Darkmouth up there and all that area. And he had a farm there. And his dad, when their dad and parents retired, they used to be shop owners and stuff like that. And he grew up as working in the shop, stuff like that. So he's old school. They gave all the money when they retired to their sons, and just said, just look after us like we looked after you, and everything could be okay. Your finances, you don't need to get a bank loan to get what you need. You've worked hard for things. Pretty cool, eh? Old school. And so they didn't need to get much of an inheritance when they passed on, besides, insurance and stuff that you get. And what they did is they looked after him. So they had a house and stuff like that. And their dad used to go and talk to him at his panel shop business after they got it running. And how long, right? Just running down the story real quick. And he didn't like his dad coming around blabbing too much. Couldn't work too much at the panel shop with his dad going, hey, I remember you, do. Right? And he's there because he's bored. Right? And they've got a little bit of a deal. And you can get what I'm talking about. So what he did is they got a farm. Right? They like to invest in certain areas and do certain things. And they brought this farm, which I talked about, out in a certain area. And put some sheep on it, and had a dam in the middle there and some sheep. And it had blackberry bushes and other things like that. And they decided to grow pine. You can grow pine on land and get the mint to come in and chop it down as you need trees. That's what he did. They grew all this big pine. I think it was already on there. And you had to get rid of the other trees that aren't pine. You can have other ones around there every now and then. Definitely they're big. Right? But if they try to grow, just to keep it cleaned up so the equipment can come in later. Right? And there's certain duties you've got to do. And it had blackberry bushes growing everywhere. And so there was a job for his dad to go do when they wanted to every now and then, and spray and do a bit of cutting and stuff like that, and be on this farm and have some sheep to look after. And then they had some shearers they hired to come in and shear the sheep. Right? So they had a tree sheep farm, right? Some land. And besides his business that he had in Howland, right? It's a panel beater. That's what he wanted to do. And he got his dad and his mum pretty much hanged out there to do some duties because his dad wanted to do something. They're a type of people that just keep on working, They get bored and they believe to go work. They work late at night. They work at all sorts of times, right? Working's their thing. They like to work with what they do. It's not too bad. And got his dad to go out there and work out there. And when my mum met him, that's what they had. And I used to go out there and chop down trees at about 10, 11 years old. The little mini chainsaw, chop it down, got told how to chop down things, and we used to pile up big piles and have a massive bonfire as big as this unit, right, of piles of trees. Right? Yeah, babbers. And so I know a little bit about tree lobbering, right? But you don't need to be a good tree lobberer to know about laws or righteous laws, do you? Right? But we all know if it's your business, what does that mean usually when it comes to tree lobberers? They will go for any law and believe any law is righteous as long as they make money, right? Or wrong. Or could you have a Catholic righteous tree lobberer? You could, right? And they would happily like to agree to certain things that are righteous, like chop down trees that are old, they've had their time, they're going to get replenished in that area to a replenished area where they chop down trees and regrow them, right? And things like that. But if you're just a tree lobberer, like a hunter, you would find that hunters don't like certain laws. Oh, we should be able to hunt more. We should be able to do this. We should be able to do this onto this. You know what I mean? So you let me know, tree loggers out there. Does it matter how long you've been doing something for? Does that make you better than the one that's done it for 15 years? Could it be possible that someone's only done it for 2 years be better than the one that's done it for 15? And you know what? In certain sectors, there is. Right? Some people are just smarter than others and they work out the same job quicker. Right? And some people can be doing it for 15 years and still can't get it right. As they're a little slow, they might have some sort of disease, as some would talk about in certain areas like Down syndrome, where it takes them longer to learn the same shit. But have a good one out there, everybody. And you let me know what you think about my story. And it's 100% true. And see you later.